Seed of the Dead Sweet Home is an insane video game. It is a first-person zombie shooter combined with base building and a harem dating sim. For me, none of these three very different gameplay aspects ever seemed to mesh together very well. It always felt like I was playing three different games: a mediocre shooter, an incredibly limited base builder, and a pretty standard dating sim. Which was unfortunate, because I really like the premise of this game. This is probably the closest we are going to get to a High School of the Dead style experience. We have the monsters, we have the struggle to rebuild, and damn it, we have the moe. So when I heard that we were getting a DLC adding the Japanese idol genre, I actually thought maybe a dose of Love Live could help bring balance. If Lin Min Mei can use the power of music to defeat the Zentradi, I don't see why our heroines can't use song and dance to overcome the undead. Which brings me to the actual plot. So the audience in the concerts are made up of the zombies, which is never explained how that happens. The final boss is like this huge Drider thing, and spoilers, also shows up because of the music. One of the activities in Charm Song is where you answer fan mail. It is never made clear who is sending these messages, but I like to think that it's random zombies who have access to the internet in this post-apocalyptic world. But Annie, zombies don't use tools. Oh yeah? Then why do all the zombies have synchronized routines with light sticks during the concerts? There is this whole training process for the idols to get good, but I want to see the zombie training montage where the zombie horde comes together to perfect their audience participation. I mean, look at that synchronization. And while we're at it, are the zombies the ones going in the concerts? I know I shouldn't be really looking for realism regarding zombies until it is satisfactorily explained how they seem to violate the first law of thermodynamics. Perpetual motion aside, Charm Song adds in new minigames, new outfits, new weapons, one additional waifu, and possibly the most god-awful broken buggy tank experience I have ever played. If the developer is going to try to add Girls und Panzer to this weeb fest, they are going to need to put in a lot more effort. And that is my biggest problem with Charm Song. Once again, I really like the premise of this DLC, but the execution is really disappointing. Nothing seems particularly fleshed out, and there are a lot of bugs. I expected this to be on the list of top Steam games for 2023, but user reviews were not positive enough. I do think that most of this can be resolved with patches and some polish, but then Sweet Home still needs work as well. This is an ambitious game and there is a ton of content to enjoy, but it's just so frustrating to see an idea this creative get hampered by sloppy mistakes. Issues aside, there is still a lot that Seed of the Dead Sweet Home and Charm Song bring to the table. Flavor-wise, this is primarily a male protagonist harem experience with monsters, group, outfits, power exchange, and some optional Netarade Netarase plotlines. The sexual interactions are animated with voices and sounds. The music is fun, and the game looks great when it isn't lagging or bugging out. I want to like Seed of the Dead. I think it has amazing potential, but it really needs to get its shit together. If it can, it will be amazing. But even in its current form, I would recommend it to anyone who enjoys shooters and is looking for an adult content game that is actually a completed game. Buggy and erratic, but still a completed game. Seed of the Dead Sweet Home with the Charm Song DLC is available for PC on Steam, GOG, Patreon, and DL Site. Just remember to also install the content patch to restore intended gameplay. I hope I'm not being too harsh here. I'd love to hear what you think. Especially, do you think Charm Song is more Love Live or more AKB0048? Until next time, no shaming, just gaming. Thanks to all this month's support on Patreon. I wouldn't have been able to do this without you all.